All right, we're live. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Devil's Advocate. Right? Uh, uh, I'm Devil's Advocate. My boy here, Average Joe, in his new place. Right? If you remembered our last live, which was probably a while ago, so in his new place, right? We talked about that. We would do our best, right, to become the best version of ourselves. Okay, we'll try to make steps because I'm doing it myself. My friend here is now on his journey to also becoming the best version of himself. Right, and one of that is, you know what, move to, downgrade a bit, move to a bit cheaper place, try to get his finances in order. And that is very important, right? So, because one of the things I want to talk about is a lot of men are suffering right now, right? I've said this many times before. Men are directionless. Men are guideless, right? Men don't know what to do. There's a lot of men that quitting jobs, don't work, they smoke, they can't make money, they live with their parents, they play video games, they don't know what to do, right? And it's partly because, you know what, is that they gave up. These men give up. They don't know how or what to do in life. And that thing is sad because, again, society has given up on men, right? They say they're useless. They say they don't need them. And just, it's not easy. So one of the things that I hope is that my channel can help direct men as much as possible. Okay. And how I do that is show example. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but what I'm going to do is that I am going to push myself, my friend included, to be the best version of myself, right? I'm average. I'm beyond average. So is my friend, right? Maybe he's like, we'll probably talk about it, and we probably said it before, that his income-wise, he makes a little bit above average. While me, I'm probably about average to, below average in income. But that's not going to stop me. And I hope that's not going to stop us, right? To becoming the best version of ourselves. And one of that is, I think, mindset, talking, learning about things, dissecting, having conversation, having debates, increasing your knowledge is one thing. But another big thing is finance. This is a thing where it's reality for men, right? If you can't provide, you're essentially useless. You can't make the money, you're essentially useless. It is what it is, right? It is reality. So one of the things I want to do is that, you know what? Even if you're an average man, an average earner, well, if you can push yourself, sacrifice things, you can get there. Potentially get there. And I'm pushing myself to get there. Right? What is your thoughts?
Dude, I'm at the start, so I'm excited to see what happens. I'm in a new place. It doesn't, I don't have the big windows I had where I could and a view of the neighborhood in the city, which is fine. I'm still comfortable. It's a nice space. But I'm saving like half on rent, which is awesome. And the plan is to use that extra money to pay some debt and to build a savings. And in a year or 2 or 3, maybe sooner, go from being in debt like I am and like most people are to being in the plus when it comes to finances, having like money, liquid money, if I needed to.
Yes. Statistically, right? it is. I believe men in their 30s should already be a net worth of about 50K. Right? Men in their 40s should already be in a net worth about 100K or more, right? And we're lagging. And this is the point where, because men, right, we've given up. We're just, a lot of men are just living life for here and now. Like you said, right? Maybe in the probably our last our last episode, you talked about you make decent money, and yet it just disappears. You said it yourself where you viewed it at the end of the year or something like
I
that.
did my taxes. I was like, where did it go? First, I was like, how I made that much? I was like, where did it go? And it motivates me to make better decisions with my money, be more careful, or to pay more attention. Because I guess, every day, like we always complain about money. And I think in a lot of cases, rightfully so, but every day we probably make decisions with our money that we don't think about. Not just paying our own bills, but I guess where we eat and things we buy, it's sort of an afterthought because you have it in your pocket and maybe you could use it to save. So
And yeah, this is the thing, right? And I admit it, right? We wasted our 20s. We wasted our 20s. Lazy, just like you can look behind me, right? I'm a big geek. I'm a big geek. I've spent so much money in my 20s, right, 30s, just buying crap. Okay, and I mean, essentially, I do love the collecting, right? I'm a big geek. Okay, but that didn't. What did that get me? Right, just stuff, bunch of stuff. It got me to the point where I was negative in my bank account so many times, right? So many times negative. It scared me. Okay, I was and kind of is still living paycheck to paycheck, right? Get paid, put it in the bank account, gone. Get paid, put it in the bank account, gone.
Yeah.
And men can only do that for so long because then you get in nowhere. Then what, right? When now you're in your 40s, your 50s, what can you do, right? What do you have to show for it? Okay. And then you're suffering for your money, right? We're both tired, right? Working on 9 to 5s. We're tired. We're not doing anything that we necessarily enjoy, right? We're not enjoying life to its fullest. Because again, yes, we may go out with friends, but then we have to think about, I gotta go back to work to make that money that I just used to hang out with my friends, right? It's a repeated cycle where we make money, we lose it, or we use it and it's gone. And we gotta make money again. It's like, again, that cycle is draining. And that's the thing, right? I think a lot of men, especially young men, it's draining. The world is very draining, right? They don't just say that you're useless. They also drain you of life, okay? And that's the thing where I want to talk about, right? Where I want to, hopefully, right? I'm no financial advisor, right? I'm not a guy who's going to tell you how to make millions. I ain't. But I know what I'm doing. Yeah. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And hopefully, right, I know what I'm helping my friend to do. Okay? What I'm helping is I want him to invest. I believe the stock market will, for me, I know the stock market will give me financial freedom, will finally make me a 6-figure man and potentially make me a millionaire man. Not, again, how I'm not doing is like the gambling thing, is that I don't see it as happening tomorrow. I don't see it happening next year or, anytime soon. I see it as like a 5-year time horizon about that. Okay. So how I do it is that, I'm not gambling. I'm not trying to bet big, win big, trying to make millions now. No, because that will increase your risk, right? Because again, the higher the risk, the higher reward, but it's higher risk, and that's the thing, right? So what I'm doing is I want to lower my risk, but still get to that path. Okay, so whether you guys, you don't have to. If I say a stock, if I say a certain thing, you don't have to listen to me, right? Or oh yeah, he's gonna buy that, I'm gonna buy that too. No, we're all adults. Okay, it's our money. We control our own money. We control our own actions. So I've seen it so many times where okay, a YouTuber said, "Oh, I'm buying this. I'm gonna buy it too," and then oh my god, I lost my money because it went down. Well, at the end of the day, don't be be an adult. You spend it, not me. Okay, that's the thing. But this is the thing where I am on the journey myself. I bought it with my money. I believe it. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's up to you. Right? So that's my little PSA warning. So one of the things I'm doing is that, like I said, I invest in stocks. And I invest in stocks pretty much for the long term, right? I have about a 3 to 5 year horizon on the stocks that I buy. I want to teach, again, I'm talking to my friend right now, right? Because I want to help him gain financial freedom along with me, right? So this is the point where, you know what? It's a teachable moment. Stocks is my life because I believe this will change my life. And it kind of essentially has, right? So I made money in the sense that I've never seen this much money in my life. If I want to liquidate everything, this is more money I've ever seen in a bank account, in my personal bank account ever. So let's get started, right?
All right.
So as of today, I don't know when I'm going to post this. I probably will post it again because this is our podcast. But as of today, April 9th, 2024, my stock investments are about 95K. That's amazing to me, right? 95K. Again, if I want to liquidate everything, sell everything, move it into my bank account, and let's say I subtract about all my debt, I'll probably have 90K in my bank account to use or how I want. And I think that's amazing, right? I think that's amazing.
That is amazing. That's awesome.
Yes, and this is why I want you, right? This is what I want you to get to a point, okay? And this is a point where I've talked to you before, right? This is about, to get this, you will have to sacrifice. How I did it is that I went to the extreme, where my money goes to my bills, my money goes to my investments. That's it, right? Yes, I mean, like a few dollars, maybe 100, whatever, to, groceries or whatever, right? But I try to skim it as low as I can because I want as much money going to my investments because I believe you want your money to make you money. Your money going to buy you, comic books or toys or crap like that, or your money taking you to go out eat with your friends, it's gone like that. It doesn't do anything for you after that. After it's spent, it's gone. It's not doing anything for you. So when you put it into, let's say, the stock market, it's doing something for you. Here's the thing where on this part of the video, I want to say some stocks for you, right? What I believe, what I'm personally investing in. Maybe you hear certain stocks that I'm personally invested in, and like, you know what? I want to start positioning that, right? That's the point where I want to talk to you about, right?
Okay.
So let's say example, right? The first stock I have on my list, Palantir, and a lot of these, I'm just gonna really explain the basics of it, okay? Because I'm I'm not going to tell anybody that I'm absolutely a genius in any of this shit. I'm not. I'm very average. Very, like, I barely know anything. So I'm taking my own risk. It's my own risk with my money. So, do what you may. Okay? So, Palantir, it's a technology company, right?
Mm-hmm.
It takes, data of companies, they organize it, they regurgitate it, tell you it in a way where, you can understand it for companies, right? It tells you, it gives you data so you could restructure your company or figure out where's the, what part of the company is losing you money, gaining you money, shit like that, right? So it helps companies, right? That's one of the things it do.
Okay.
Essentially, but it's very basic. But let's just, if you want to find detail, you could go by yourself. But here's the thing I do, right? I'm going to tell you this. Palantir is one company I invested in.
Mm-hmm.
I did it early. But I got it at $9. Now, it's not like I double my money, so right there, I made money. But here's the thing, right? I don't think it's still not a terrible buy. So let's say for you, right? How I see this company. I see this company in 5 years, being around $50. How I see the progression, how I see the popularity, how I see it growing, that is my personal price target. No one needs to listen to it, right? But for me, that's how I see it. So let's say for you see, okay, you know what? I see this company. It's at $22.
Okay.
That's a pretty, is that a bad price? Because let's say this, it's high, 52-week high, so yearly high, right? It's gone to $27. Okay. So you use your own brain. You calculate it. Okay, it's at $22.
Mm-hmm.
At its high, $27. So it's not that expensive in the sense that you can buy a good amount of shares, right? For $20.
$20 a share, $40 get you 2, 100 get you 5.
But you can see that, okay, you know what? You see it as a current high, $27. So you have a little bit of room for a little bit of profit, right?
It could go
so that your risk is not that high, okay? So you could put, okay, you know what? Maybe I could start a position in Palantir. It's at $22. It's at the highest $27. And Dan sees it 5 years going to maybe $50. So there's a future, there's a good return. Present, there's some wiggle room for profit, right? So, that's where you make your own mental decision, okay? So that's one stock you could think about. I think it's not a bad buy. There's a good amount of future in it, right?
Yeah.
Here's another one, right? Meta, Facebook, right? Not everyone knows this one. There's not a need to explain it. But here's the thing with Facebook, right? I bought it at, let's say, 150. Okay? I more than doubled. About 3x my position. Okay. So you gotta think. Here's the opposite. You think logically. $100 won't get you one share, right? Yeah. This is why you would see the contrast, right? So this is the logic I want you to see.
Okay.
This is the logic where you think about the last stock, Palantir. Your $100 can get you at least 4 shares. While your $100 for this one won't even get you half a share.
Right.
So you see how your money can grow, how best use of your money. Okay. And let's look at this, right? Let's say for Palantir, that $100 in 5 years, right? I see it going to 50. Okay. So potentially that's doubling your $100.
Right.
Now let's say Facebook. Facebook is a giant. Okay. I see it only going up. But do I see it doubling? Right now it's at 500. 500 is at close to 52-week highs. Okay,
Uh-huh.
it's already at 500. Do I see it going to 1,000? That is hard. Okay, that is hard because you got to think a company, right? It is already worth $1 trillion. Right, the company is worth $1 trillion. So, do I see it worth, 2 trillion? Ooh, I'm not saying it's impossible, right? I'm saying it's harder to see that. Let's say this, because market cap is a good indicator, right? Because market cap, you're saying like, let's say $500 at 1 trillion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if it's $1,000, it's going to turn to 2 trillion. That's how much the company's worth. Yeah. Market cap is how much a company is worth.
Okay.
Now, let's say the opposite, right? Palantir. Okay. Palantir is worth 50 billion. Okay. 50 billion. Now, I'm not saying that, is it crazy for it to get to 1 trillion? It's not the most insane thing, but I can see a company getting to 1 trillion more than getting to multiple trillions, right? And this is not, it's not even 1 trillion, right? It's like getting to 100 billion, right? 50 billion getting to 100 billion. That's more feasible than 1 trillion getting to 2 trillion, right? So that is the thought pattern you could have in thinking about these companies, right? And Palantir is a popular company. Facebook is popular too, right? Here is another company that I put in a lot of money, okay? I put in about 15K in this company, SoFi.
Okay.
It's like a new age banking company. New age banking company. Now, you got to think about this, right? It's at $8, about $8. So, here's your brain thinking, right? $100 can get you more shares in SoFi.
Okay. Right? Yeah, get you, good amount.
But you got to think, right? How you got to, these are the things where you got to think about. Now, this one is a $7 billion company. $7 billion.
That's not bad.
Now, I definitely see in 5 years, I definitely see this company
growing,
doubling, like to about, let's say it's at 8. I definitely see it being 16 in 5 years.
Okay.
Because the how hard is it for a company to get to 7 billion to 14 billion? It's not that. I mean, it's more feasible than the last companies we just
Yeah.
So that's where you want to gauge how much you want, where you want to put your money in.
So you want to buy stuff that has potential for growth.
Yes, right? Okay. And how much growth you want. But like, you got to think about this, right? The smaller the company is, the riskier it is. But that risk, well, like I said, the higher the risk, the higher reward, right? And again, this company is already, we got to always think, right? This company is already making money, right? It's profitable, okay? Mm-hmm. It's not losing money.
No.
So it's making money. So that's a company that's making money. So that cushions the risk. Gotcha. But like I said, I see this company, right? I can put in $100 and I will buy more shares. I have 2,000 shares, right? Look at Facebook. I have 32 shares. It's kind of like worlds apart in share count, right? So I can grow my money bigger in like a company like SoFi. Okay. But like I said, SoFi is more riskier than, let's say, a Facebook. Facebook is a guarantee money maker. Okay. I already know it. I know I'm not going to lose money. I know that it's going to grow because
off the face of the earth or anything like that.
It's a giant, right? So SoFi is still a new company, right? It's a small company, right? Think about this. This is a $7 billion company. While Meta is $1 trillion. Those are worlds apart, right? So again, those are things you use to gauge what I want to do with my $100. Okay. So here's another company, right? PayPal. I think PayPal kind of goes in line with like a Facebook, right?
Okay. They're a mainstay.
Yeah. It's a $70 billion company, right? It's not $1 trillion, but it's right? It's let's say here, it's $67, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's more known than, let's say, the Palantir, the SoFi, right? So
Yeah.
again, it has more cushion, right? Less risk. Okay. Now here's my price target, right? So these are things, right, where you can judge what's worth it for your $100. And you know what? Like again, I bought multiple of these. I bought all these companies, so I want my money to work for me,
Okay.
right? But again, you want to see where will I put my first $100, right? This is the point where here's my pitch to you. Where would you want to put your first $100? Again, like I said, PayPal, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like this company, right? It's a strong company. It's a well-known company. I use it. So let's say this: my price target for PayPal in 5 years, I see this. I see the stock going to about 150. Right?
Okay.
So a little bit more than double. Okay, so that's my view. You know, you gotta figure out where you want to do it. But again, I put a lot of money. I put 15 grand in this one too. So I'm not, I'm betting big on these companies. I have Amazon. Amazon is amazing, right? It's about $200. Another good company, but again, you gotta think
how much growth. How much is it going to grow? It might.
Yeah. I mean, Amazon will always grow, right? I always think Amazon will grow, but it's almost a $2 trillion company. 5 years, I would say my price target for Amazon for 5 years probably about 250.
Okay.
So you gauge how you want it, right? That's not really doubling your money, but that's good growth, right? That's good growth. But again, you want to look at these companies and see like how many shares can I buy of these companies, right? Because you want to continuously, slowly buy in more and more, right? For me, I could have only gotten 28 shares, right? Before it gotten all the way up to here. So I couldn't buy as much as I want to, right? I want to just, I hope Amazon goes lower than $100. So I
can buy it up. Let's go.
Yes, but it is what it is. But this is what I'm saying. This is where you use the time to figure out, okay, you know what? Where I want to put my money. Tesla. Everyone knows Tesla. It's a decent company. Here's the thing, right? Tesla, let's say 5 years. I see this being like, crazy, about 300, right? I see in about 5 years, about $300.
Okay,
right?
I can see that. It's gonna grow because they're not just this is just off the top of my head what I've heard about Tesla. They're not just for cars, but the more that other companies go to electric cars, Tesla's gonna handle a lot of that charging. So
yes, I mean, there's a lot of potential for Tesla. So, but here's the thing, right? In the next month or so, 2 months or whatever, Tesla will report earnings. So I think you should have this on your watch list.
Okay.
Because I hear that Tesla will report bad earnings.
Okay.
Because they'll slow down a bit. But like I said, 5 years outlook, this boy is going to do well.
Okay.
But in the short term, it might sink. And if it sink, personally, right, my price target, my cost is about $143.
Okay.
I hope it goes under 140. If it goes under 140, I'm putting a lot more money into it.
Okay. Gotcha.
But here's the thing, right? Let's say for me, let's say if I was advising you right now at $177, I don't think it's the best buy. Okay, I just recently, like, let's say a week ago, it went to 165. I think 165 wasn't terrible. Okay. Right? So these are the prices you could think about. I bought it. And these are great with modern day, stock buying. You could buy fractional shares. I put $100, right? You can see $100. Yeah, got me 0.6 of a share, but gotcha. I put in $100. So I think that's a good, if you can get Tesla for under like 166, I think that's a good buy, right? Because that gives you a bit of wiggle room, for it to go up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my thoughts, right? So you could think about that one. Here's the thing, right? Have you ever heard of Shopify?
No.
It's kind of like just like an Amazon kind of thing,
Okay.
right? In the sense where it helps small businesses and shit like that, right?
Okay.
Where you could sell things through its
to their online system. Okay.
So I've been putting money. I've been buying this, right? I've bought 49 shares. I put already like 3K, right? I'm going to continue buying it. This is a company that I am continuously buying right now, right? Actively buying. Did I buy a share today? Yeah, today I just bought a share. Today I bought a few shares.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay.
For me, buying this company, I think the closer it gets to $70, the more I buy, right? So I bought a couple at $73. I see this company in, let's say, 5 years, doubling my money, about 150.
Okay.
So I think it's not bad, right?
And
every $100, I'm buying a share. I get one share, so I think it's not bad. So this is one of my active buyings right now, right? Okay. And like I said, under $75, I think is a good buy.
Okay.
Because let's say its 52-week high is about $90, so it gives you a bit of profit wiggle room, right?
Yeah.
You see, it goes as high as $90. That's not, because I want to maximize my profits as much as possible. So I try to gauge a bit of a good price target, right? A good buy-in price. So this is one of my active buys right now.
Okay.
Shopify. These are companies you should put on your list too, right? Here's another one that is an active buy of mine. Robinhood. Right? Robinhood. And I regret not buying this earlier.
Yeah. I hear you.
This company, it's gone as low as $8 and stuff. I really regret
not buying it there, because you're more than double your money by this point, but
more
probably gonna grow.
But here's the thing, right? Yes, I regret it, and I definitely will have lost out on a lot of profit. But I still don't see this as a dead company. It's not. It's definitely not. Because I'm invested. I'm using it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So my price target. Let's say my 5-year price target. Okay. I see this company going to like about $30. So still, kind of doubling my money, right? I bought it at $18.
Uh-huh.
So it's a little bit under than doubling, but still, it's $18. So putting $100, you can still buy more shares than, let's say, a Facebook, right? That's the thing where you have to think how far your money can go. We are poor people. I mean, not poor, but we are not wealthy. We're paycheck to paycheck men. So we want our money to go as far as it can go, right? And buying whole shares is usually the best way for you can push your money to go as far as you can.
Okay.
Right? And I believe Robinhood is a decent buy. And Robinhood is an active buy right now. This one and Shopify are I'm trying to build out positions
in those two, because you think they're gonna grow.
Yes, I think because I've only like for Shopify, I only have 50 shares. Robinhood, I only have 130 shares, right? So let's say, for instance, a PayPal, I have 230, right? It's not like crazy amount, but it's a lot of shares already for me. Okay. As a average man, that's a lot of shares already, especially for a company that's already above $50, right? I mean, it's not like it's an $18 stock like Robinhood, because like let's say SoFi, it's a $8 stock. So no duh, I have 2,000 shares.
Yeah.
Right? So that those are the things that you got to think about. So for me, I want to keep on buying Shopify until I get at least 100 shares.
Okay.
I mean, if it stays under, if it goes under, $74, $70, I will keep on buying. Now, if it goes, let's say it goes above $76, for me, I'll hold off until I see any weaknesses, right?
Okay.
Now, let's say Robinhood. I want to buy it until I get maybe more than 200 shares, maybe more, right? There's no, right now in my mind, being at $18, there's no limit in how many shares I will buy right now, okay? If I can get it as low as possible, I will continue buying. So let's say it goes to 15, I will still buy, right? If it goes lower, I'll still buy some more, right?
Okay.
Because as a company that's around, $18, I want to buy as many shares as I can. So that's a thought I want to.
It's an affordable. It's an affordable buy right now. You can get a lot of shares for not a lot of money.
Yes, and
They could grow.
I see there's plenty of growth on it, right? So those are a lot of good companies already that I think you could check out. Here's a company that's high risk.
Okay.
Right? High risk and possibly high reward. Is a company that I talked to you about it a little bit before. It's called Grab. It is essentially named the Uber of Asia, right?
Okay.
Of Southeast Asia, right?
Interesting.
So, if you don't know anything, Asia is a developing country. All the countries in Southeast Asia. So it's growing.
Okay.
So it's not fully developed like the Western world. So, small things like, like an Uber or something, it can grow. There's potential.
Remember what Uber did.
Yeah. So here's a company that I saw and I took a chance with. And I only put $100, but $100 already got me 32 shares.
Yeah.
It's $3.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now,
it seemed like high risk, but I get it. They might not, but still.
they may fail, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm going to take a risk. Now, my risk tolerance is that I'm not going to buy it at 3. I mean, you could, up to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, because since I already bought, I already put $100 into it.
At 307, you're not going to buy
307. I want to wait. If it goes to $3, I'll probably put another $100, maybe $200 or whatever, right? I may buy a little bit more, right? To increase my risk, but hopefully increase my potential, reward.
Right.
But because let's say this, hopefully, again, this is a $3 stock. It's 13 billion, which is pretty decent, but it's $3.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's not impossible, or it's feasible for at $3 to turn into $6. So essentially, maybe doubling my money. Mm-hmm. And I want stocks to double my money, right? I want to double it. Right. So again, why I want to, I take these risks on certain stocks because I want to double. I want to double up, right? Let's say annually, let's say the big stock like the S&P, right? Shit like that, they get about 10%. 10%. I mean, it's nice, but that's not doubling your money. Mm-mm. If I'm going to put my money into these things, I want it to double. I want it to at least 50% my money, right? So here's the thing where if you want your first $100 and you go like, you know what, I'm going to balls to the wall. Uh-huh. Well, this is my balls to the wall stock right now.
Okay.
Right. Again, like I said, it's risk. For me personally, I'm waiting if there's any weakness in this company, right? Or weakness in the stock. I hope there's no weakness in the company, right? Mm-hmm. I hope the company does well, but the stock is usually different than the company, right? They do because people buy and sell because they feel like it. Okay. So if I find weakness in the stock, like let's say it goes to, which is crazy, right? For the last, month, it's not gone down below the price that I bought it. So I couldn't do nothing, you know. So I couldn't I don't want to increase my price that I bought it at.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather decrease it.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, at $3, you can buy more shares of this one than you do the other one. But this one is high risk. So for me, since it's high risk, I'm going to wait for a better buying opportunity. But I personally, I will buy.
Okay.
I'm going to buy.
Okay.
Right? But I want to buy it at a good price.
Right.
Now, again, that doesn't change that. If I see a 5-year horizon on this stock at least $6,
that's
it's
double.
it's still not a terrible price for you to buy. But again, I'm not telling you, oh, this is the one you should buy. No, I gave you a whole range of options, and those are, I think, decent options. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So any one of those, I think your first $100 will do well.
Okay.
Okay. So, what do you think? Any questions? Any thoughts?
Not so much questions. I think I get the idea. Like it's sort of like a balance between buying things at a low price and buying things that have potential for growth. And then there are companies that they might grow and they might fall off the face of the earth, and then there are the ones that they're not going to go anywhere, and they might not double your money, but they won't lose your money. So
yeah, I mean, let's say this, right? Let's say Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's already at $500.
That's ridiculous.
It is. I mean, as you watch
Apple ad,
Apple, you know what? Apple may not be a terrible buy, but
really?
Let's say Apple. Apple is at 170.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
But
it's because it's like people been like sleeping on Apple recently, right?
Okay.
You know, they're producing the same phone over and over again.
Okay. The Vision Pro thing. Yeah. It was like $3,000 to buy it, and it who knows if people really want to use that every day.
It didn't do any. It was like it was a blimp. It was like people talked about it for a day, and then they stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
So really, it didn't help them, right?
Okay.
They also sunk a lot of money into a program to build cars, and they scrapped that, right? Because
I heard about that.
Apple building cars, it went nowhere. So yeah, I mean, do I see this as a $200 stock? Yeah, I do. Okay. Now I see weakness in Apple because I don't see what are they going to do? Produce more phones? Okay, it's just not going to do nothing for them. But they're a strong company. But how fast will they grow? That's up in the air, right? Okay. If I say, let's say 5 years, $200, that's only about $30 extra, right? $30.
It's not a whole lot of growth, but I mean,
that's 20, 30. I mean, that's about maybe 30% growth. Not terrible, but you know, again, not the. I mean, if you want to put your money into a place where you're not worried, Apple is a place, right? Okay. Apple is a place. If you want to worry about your money, Apple. Right? Okay. So, what else do you want to talk? What else thought you have? I want to look at this, right? Mm-hmm. Let me tell you this, right? I want you tomorrow. If any break, any spare time, look at the stock market. Okay. And jump in right away. Oh, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Jump in right away.
Okay.
Because again, let's say this, right? Hypothetically, you bought Meta tomorrow. Facebook, you bought tomorrow. You bought a share. I mean, not a share, but point whatever share of Facebook, right?
I put some money into it, yeah.
And it goes down. Okay, so what? Right?
Okay.
You can still buy more. So none of these companies, right, that I told you, maybe besides, well, I think none of these companies.
Okay.
And if you put $100 and they go down, so what? You haven't. This is the thing, right? You haven't fully built our position in any company, right? So it don't matter if a company goes down, if the stock of a company goes down. right? It matters if the company goes down, but it don't matter if a stock of a company goes down because you haven't fully built out a position. Okay, because like look at this, right? For me personally, let's say a SoFi. I don't think I'm going to buy anymore, right?
Okay.
I already have 2,000. I mean, let's say if it goes to $5,
you'll buy it because
maybe I'll buy some.
In 5 years it's still gonna grow.
Yeah, but it's like let's say if it goes down to $7, I don't think I'm going to buy.
Okay.
Right? Even though it's not $7 is not a bad price. Right. You should buy a whole lot if that's $7, right? But for me, that's what I'm saying, right? I built out a good position in a company like this, so I don't care. I'm not. I wouldn't. I'm not like I hope it goes down so I can buy more. No, but for you, right? It's a difference thing where you haven't built out anything, no position in any company.
No.
So that's why I said, just hell with it, right? Because look what I did with Grab, right? I put $100 into it, and it keeps on going up. So really, okay, how bad is that, right?
Not bad at all.
I'm not complaining that it's going up, but hell, if it goes down, cool, I could buy some more.
Yeah,
right. That's the thing you think about. So this is the position where, hell, okay, whatever. I put $100 into, let's say, a company like Grab. Okay, then the next day it went to $3. Okay, great. Well, it's cheaper. I buy some more, right? Because personally, like I said, if I bought it at 307, if it went down to $2, I think I will still buy, right? Okay. Because let's say this: one of the things why I decided to buy is that they just went profitable. Okay, a small profit, but I'd rather a company not lose money, So that helped me say, you know what?
Some stuff,
I'm gonna take a little bit of a gamble. So I'm gonna put a bit of money into it. So, like I said, right, this is my high risk, high reward company. So, that's the thing. But like I said, tomorrow, 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock, you look at it like, fuck it. I'm going to buy this company. I'm going to put $100 into this.
Okay.
You should, right? Start up. And I think any of the companies I told you, it is not a bad buy, right? Palantir, SoFi, maybe even Meta, right? PayPal. Amazon is kind of high. But Tesla, Shopify, Robinhood, Grab, maybe Grab shouldn't be the first thing you buy.
Okay.
Because it's very high risk, high reward, right? But I mean, it still could be an option because I'm buying it if it goes to my price. But that's what I'm doing. So those are already good companies for you to test the waters with, right? And this is testing the waters with, right? So really, they're not bad companies to test the water with.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think I'm taking notes.
That's what. Yeah. No, I'm telling you this, right? Let's look at this. Look at my thing, right? It's been a rocky road for me.
Okay.
During, let's say, 2022, right? And that's not that long ago.
Yeah.
2022, I lost $45,000. $45,000. Could you imagine that amount of money?
No, my heart would break.
45,000, right?
I cried.
45,000. I lost that amount of money, and I'm up to 94. Right. Wow. So let's say my all time, right? I put in about, right? I'm beyond break even, right? But I see I see it still growing. I see future potential. That's the thing, right? It's going through the ups and downs, right? Going through the ups and downs. That's what we got to do.
That's how it works. Okay.
Yes. Because let's say, where's the gamble? If I saw I went down this much and I sold out, it's a gamble. I lost my money at the casino.
Yeah.
But why it's not a gamble is that, you know what? I was down this, but I gained it back. I gained it all back.
You just stuck with it. And
yes. And that's the point. That's the point.
You ran the waves.
Yes,
Real
and
good.
that's the thing where, and look at this, right? Technically, I don't see anything as bad as 2020. I mean 2022, right? I don't see that.
Happening again.
Unless we have, I mean, like the possibility of having another COVID event is not likely, right? So, that is something that we should think about. Uh, what are your thoughts?
I wish I had learned this prior to COVID. I think during COVID, I would have bought.
If you know, I'm telling you, right? I bought before COVID, right?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I bought during COVID, the money I used, right,
Uh-huh.
for COVID, if I
Mhm.
used it at COVID, right? If I had all that money and I would use it at COVID, I guarantee you I would have probably close to 2 grand, 200 grand,
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause
because I
everything
would
was
have bought it at extreme lows.
yeah,
That's the point. That's the thing.
yeah.
But
That's
you
crazy.
know,
But yeah, what can you do? What can you do? That's
you
bad.
can't change the past, but you can change your future. That's the thing, right? And that's what I want you to do, right?
Okay.
That's why I don't want you to drag your feet. Tomorrow, when at 9:30 is when the
When
stock
it
market opens.
opens. Okay.
You buy at least put $100 into it and buy one of something. Buy one company.
Okay.
Get that started. Get the ball rolling. Right. So what you tell me any thoughts or
Um,
anything you're thinking about? Because this is the thing where where we could talk about things where I don't know, see the future in it, or any thoughts, questions, right? Because the companies I told you, right, they're growth stocks. So these are companies that have high potential of growing fast or growing a lot. There are many different kinds of companies, like safe companies, right? So let's say a company like Apple,
mm-hmm.
I don't. It's grown a lot already, right? I don't see it doubling,
So
not
it's
anytime
growing.
soon, right?
Okay. Mhm.
But it will hold your money well, right? I don't see it losing money like that. So, and it's dividends. I mean, Apple is kind of like it's a hybrid a bit, right? A little bit of growth, a little bit of a dividend, right? And
Okay.
a dividend, well, we could talk about it some other time because I
Yeah.
don't want to put too much on you. But so far, what are your thoughts?
So I mean, it takes a lot of, I didn't understand it very much beforehand because that's not what I was into buying stock. So it always seemed like just, I don't know, a lot of people playing at the casino.
Exactly.
I didn't know how it works, so I don't like the idea. I never liked the idea. I'm still nervous about the idea of like spending my money on something and not, you know. I like to give somebody my money and they hand me, bread or or a game or a movie, a product. So this is gonna take some getting used
But
to
you got
mentally.
see, this is the thing, right?
Saving, yeah,
Here's one thing, right? It's kind of true in the sense that, like I said, if I had sold during the COVID thing,
yeah,
then yes, it's essentially gambling. I was hoping for my money to get back quick, right? And if I lost that money, I gambled it away. But here's the thing, right? You have to think about, you are getting something. The money you're using, you're getting something. You're getting a piece of a company.
yeah.
This is something that I want average people, especially average men, to think. You are now an owner of a company. That's the most important thing you have to think about, right? We are average people. We're not going to achieve greatness by, okay, let me open my own Facebook. Let me make my own Apple. Let me make my own Google. We're not. We're not that smart. We're not that lucky. We don't have that kind of life, right? But what America is such amazing at is just that. We can own a piece of these companies, right? So you are getting something for it. Yes, you're not getting, let's say, a meal. You're not getting something physical, but you are getting a true concept, or the truest idea of a share of a company, a small piece of a company, right? So I think it's amazing that now, let's say I could say I'm an owner of Facebook.
It's a big deal. Yeah,
It is amazing.
That's cool.
And who can ever say that, right? Not many other people can say that, especially average people. So that's why I want people to understand that if you, especially men, like I said, you going into stock market, you are looking to own these companies, right? You are looking to be one of the owners of these companies. So again, if these companies, and again, this is the amazingness of capitalism.
Okay.
Everyone wants to make money, right? If you're buying a company that they don't want to make money, then that was stupid on you.
Agreed.
I buy a company that these millionaires, these billionaires, they want to continue becoming or being millionaires and billionaires. So I'm going to ride that road with them, right? I'm going to ride that path with them. So that's the mindset that I grew up, I've developed, and I want you to understand, right? You're not owning a company. So the first company you'll buy tomorrow, you own a small piece of it. And then you got to think, as time goes on, you want to own a bigger piece. So let's say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like I want our channel, the podcast, to be as big as it can be. So far, I see right now, not right now, but in the future, you to have half. So half of this production, half of this channel, right? 50 is yours. That's 50-50. That's half of a company, right?
Yeah.
That's the point you got to think about. So whatever profit is made, you got half. So you got to think about these companies, right? You own a small piece of this company. So whatever profit that company is making, you're making a small piece. So your company, so that's the amazingness of it. You're making money from companies making money. And these companies will make money regardless of you. So why not?
Why not get some of it?
Yeah. What else?
I mean, that's cool. That I don't have any other thoughts. I just I'll start the journey, and we should revisit this from time to time, and I'll let you know how I'm doing.
That's what I want to do, right? I want to, you know what? We're probably not gonna do any Kendrick G talk.
Okay.
And just have this as and probably not even this is probably, I won't name this as one of the podcasts.
Okay.
Just us talking.
Episode. Okay.
Yeah. I probably would do this where I want us to do a progress, right? Progress reports, I want us to talk about stocks, talk about investing, talk about, because probably the next one we'll talk about more like you should start your savings account, right? That's something we should start, talk about, the importance of that, importance of budgeting, all this other stuff, right? But yeah, I want us to, this is the thing where, here's the point where remember in the beginning I said, where it's not just about, growing your finances, it's also growing about your brain, right? The knowledge, right? Learning about companies is essentially learning about the world around you, right? These companies, they make money. These companies are part of the economy of the U.S. So it's important to know, right? I think it's always fun listening to these companies, understanding it, and, learn the economics, right? So I always think it's fun if we talk about, the companies we buy, what we're thinking about, what are we buying today. I always think it's fun to do that too. What did you buy this week? We can always do this where this kind of thing, where maybe do it once a week, where we say, what did we buy this week, or what did we buy last week? The days before. I think that's fun.
Okay. Yeah. So, it's a good idea. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you. Mr. Moneybags in a few years.
You know what? This is the thing, right? I want you to think about it, where how hard you will go. Because personally, right, I had to make that decision. I went hard. I went like I said, balls to the wall in investing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I went hard at it.
Okay.
Now you have to talk to yourself where, you know what? How hard do I want to go? Right? Let's say hypothetically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow you buy SoFi.
Mm.
Okay. You put in, let's say, I'm just saying, giving a crazy ball, right? It's like, hell with it, $100. I'm gonna put 1,000 because I want to buy a lot of shares because I want to really maximize. I want to really go hard, right? Those are the things where you got to think about how hard you want to go, how quickly you want things to go. Because let's say this, right? At the end of this month, so like the company SoFi, they will report their first earnings, first quarter earnings, right? So companies have 4 quarters, right?
Right.
So I mean, you shouldn't. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the company I work for, yeah, they do the same thing. Yeah. So I
So
understand. For
SoFi will report their first quarter earnings.
okay.
Potentially, a lot of people, I mean, me included, think that let's say at $8, I think it will be $10.
Okay.
I think it will increase.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying, right? Those are the things where, let's say, if you want balls to the wall, you want to buy as many shares as possible. That's the thing where I want to go. I want to make as much money quickly as I can. That's where you go hard. But that's these are the points where, like I said, you're an adult. You gauge what you want to do. Again, let me tell you this, right? I bought, let's say, a company like SoFi. Let's see. I've been buying them. I've been buying SoFi for my first. Let's see, okay. Let's say I've been buying SoFi since 2022.
Okay.
Okay. So I've been buying them for a while now. I've had them for a long time. But you can see, right? It took me quite a couple years to build out 2,000 share position. Okay. So those are things where how hard you want to go. You know, I took my time on it. I didn't like rush it or anything, but
But
that's
you
how
got a lot of shares in it because your hope is it grows.
yes, and like at 2,000, and this is where you think, right? So let's say for me, let's say for a company like SoFi, right? I bought 2,000 shares. Let's say if I see it in 5 years, it going crazy. Let's say $20 a share, right? $20 a share. Right? That's 40. Like that's like no. Let me see. That's about 44 grand. 44 grand. So let's say at 44 grand, and I have 2,000 shares. Yeah. I can sell a little bit and not lose everything, right? I still have more shares. That's the benefit when you have a lot of shares.
Yeah,
you could sell that out a little bit and still have the company, right? So let's say I need
your position in the company, but you've taken a little bit of that money.
Yes. So let's say this, right? In like 5 years, remember what I told you, right? I see us again. Hopefully we could grow. I see us big things in our future. Let's say we want to take a trip, right? We want to fly somewhere. I can sell a little bit of SoFi and buy a ticket, right? That's the thing. That's the amazingness you got to think about, right?
Yeah.
Where this is money. These are literally it's money, right? And these companies are making us money. So this is the amazingness you got to think about.
Okay. That's exciting, bro. Okay. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying, right? Buy whatever you I think, you know what? Do it. I mean, I'm not saying buy daily, but I'm saying look at the stock market daily.
Pay attention to it.
Look at, a few minutes a day is fine too, right? have as many companies as you can on your watch list.
Gotcha.
Look at the price. Look at the price, right? Look at the prices of them. Like, you know what? It went down a bit. Maybe this is a good time to buy, right? That's the thing I think about a lot too.
How often do you get nervous buying stocks or watching them? Do you watch them? I mean, I know you watch them, but I mean, like, do you watch them like you bought something and then you're like, all right, go up, go up?
No, I don't do that, right?
Uh-huh.
The crazy thing, right?
Uh-huh.
When I buy a stock, I'm saying go down.
Oh,
I
okay.
want it to go down, right? So this is the thing, right? There are some companies, right? Let's say for instance, right? SoFi.
Uh-huh.
I already have 2,000 shares.
Yeah, right.
Really? Am I like, oh, please go down? No, I'm not.
You want to go
So
up.
like a company like SoFi, I'm saying go up, right? That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So really, yeah. So let's say a company, like I said, let's say a company like SoFi. Am I nervous? No, right? Because like I said, I have a 5-year horizon, right? It's not 5 years, so I still have time. I still have, I'm not looking out to sell SoFi anytime soon. So
Okay.
really, if it's not going up, am I sad? Not really.
Not
But
really.
would I love it if it goes up? Of course,
Yeah.
right? So let's say right now it's $20. I would be ecstatic, right?
Yeah.
I would be like crazy happy.
Over more than double.
That's more than doubled, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, a company like SoFi, yeah, I wish it goes up. So, but let's say this, a company like, Hood,
Mm-hmm.
if it goes back to $8, I'll be loading the boat.
Really?
If it goes back to $8, and you would think it's crazy, right? So Robinhood, I put $2,400 into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's show it to you. Yeah, Robinhood, 2,400. So you calculate it. If it goes up to, let's say it goes down to $9, that means I just lost half of my money. Half of my money, which most people they would cry.
Yeah, right.
But look at this, right? Now I could buy more shares.
You can improve your position.
So yes, so that 132 shares, I can more than double it. Because I still see this stock, like I said, in 5 years, going up high. Hopefully, if it's, let's say this, it goes down to $8, I can get close to 1,000 shares. That would be great, right? Because again, getting a good company, if you think it's a good company at discounted price, that's an amazing thing. Right? And those are things I hope for. Like, let's say a company like Shopify, right? I put already $3,000 into it. So, hell, if it goes to $25, most people will cry. But I would say I'll buy some more.
Okay.
Right? Because I still see big things for it. So, yeah, that's the state of mind that you need to have. You bought a company. Unless you, let's say this, right? If I have 1,000 shares of Shopify, please don't go down. I don't need you to go down, right? That's the thing, right? That's the thing where you got to think about. If you have built a position already and you're comfortable with it, right? 1,000 shares of, let's say, a company like Shopify, I'm absolutely comfortable. I don't need, more shares. I mean, I could if I could, but I'd rather go up after I have 1,000 shares of it, right?
Okay.
So that's the state of mind you got to have. If you have finished buying, like I'm done, I don't want to buy anymore, then yes, all the power to it. I want it to go up. Okay. Right? So let's say a company like Facebook. I'm mad that it's not going down.
Yeah, right.
I only have 32 shares. Yeah. I want it to go down to under $100.
Yeah, and buy a bunch of it and then go back up.
Yes, but I don't see it doing that anytime.
Yeah. Okay.
What else? What else do you think?
All right, so What about now? Do companies split? And what happens to your money if that happens? Like, say Facebook was like, all right, our Meta was like, all right, now we're so big, we're gonna turn ourselves into three different companies. We're gonna be Meta is gonna become Facebook, Instagram, and Threads.
Oh, that's different, right?
Okay.
That's not the stock splitting, right? That
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is company splitting. That
okay.
is company splitting, and that's not all. That might not. I mean, you can't really tell, right? That's not necessarily a good thing because all these parts of the company
Yeah.
makes it money, right? So if it loses certain parts of a company, well, essentially it loses the money that the certain parts make money. So that's never a good thing. But that's the part where, you know, yeah, you buy these, you own a small part of the company, but you don't control the company.
Right. You don't know what it's gonna
So
do. What's the stock splitting?
stock splitting is different, right? So let's say Meta, Facebook, is at $500. Okay. Now let's say they say because $500, Facebook saying, oh, $500 is so much for average people to buy.
I'm not gonna
Right?
buy it.
So let's say I'm gonna split the stock. So let's say hypothetically, we only have 10 shares in the market, right? Or no. Let's say we have only 100 shares, right? 100 shares outside. You could only buy 100 shares, right? That's it. But at $500 a share, it's too much. So what are we going to do? We're going to split the shares. So now you could buy 200 shares, right? But that at 100 shares or $500, they want to make the $500 cheaper. Let's say they want to make it $250.
Okay.
Right? So now they only had 100 shares to buy. Now they add 200 shares. So that's double, right? So that will split the shares. So you get double the amount of shares to buy.
Now I can own a whole share.
Yeah, for 250, right? That's the thing where it makes it easier, but it's still the same amount, right? It's still the market cap. The market cap of the company is still the same amount. Just the price of the stock, not the value of the company. So that's something, right? Tesla has done that. Let's say, like I think last year or something, Tesla was in 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, but I think Tesla did like a 20 to 1 split or something like that. That's why it's
that's why it's where it's at right now, low.
Yeah, that's why it looks like that. But I mean, yeah, that's why these companies like let's say Chipotle. Oh, have you ever seen Chipotle?
No, at their stock, no,
Let's see. Yeah, look at this baby. Chipotle.
Chipotle was at 3. Wait,
It
is that
is at 3.
Wow.
Chipotle is $3,000.
That's crazy.
Chipotle. I mean, come on.
Listen, we need our burritos.
When I saw that, I was like, my God.
Yeah.
I can't believe the stock cost so much. I mean, it's like, and it's been in the 2000s, right? For a while, right?
Okay.
So it's like, let's say you couldn't even get it lower than $600 until like 2020.
Wow.
But even before that, it was like it's like, that's what I'm saying, right? I mean, there are talks about Chipotle wanting to, do a stock split, but I don't know if they're gonna do it. But it's like,
that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, like, if I sell practically all my stocks, I'll probably get like, I don't know, like 30 shares of this company.
Yeah.
So it's like,
that's wild.
Yeah, but that, that's the thing. That's the beauty of stocks. I always think that it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
I always think stocks are so fun to look at, to learn. I think as a man, stocks give me enough drama.
Okay.
It gives me enough, highs and lows of emotions, right? Like you saw my the drop, right? Like I said,
yeah.
that was right? That was some hard time.
It's
Right?
scary. It got to be scary.
It was scary, but you know what? It pushed me. That was determination. Keep on pushing up higher and higher, right? So that is my, my soap opera.
Okay, that's super interesting. Well, I'll be in it with you.
And this is the thing where this is the point where I think we mark as a turning point. I think especially for you, where you are right now, you doing this is the step for you to be a top percent black man, let alone top percent man, right? Because sadly, most men, they don't do financial education. They don't do investment, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I get it. People get scared, but it's like, again,
But this is stuff I didn't get in school. That would have been nice.
yes.
In place of like some of like, I mean, I guess it's all math related, but like some of the things we got math wise, I would like stuff that had practical application like this.
Yes.
I mean, that would have been great.
And you know what? That's the part of the thing where, you know what? It's sad what the school system has done to us, but this is the part where we take it into our own hands, right? This is the thing where the past is the past, F it, it is what it is. But this is the part where we got to take a stand. We got to change things, right? And I really hope you can, start on this journey and let's go to new highs. I want you to. This should be a goal of yours. This whole week, right? At least tomorrow, start in a position, and then every day look at it. Right? Look at these stocks. Look at these, because like there's always chances where things will go lower. Right? Yeah. Stocks will go lower and going higher, lower, whatever. They will always do that. Right? Especially in the short term, they will always go up and down. So I always look for good opportunities to buy more. Okay. That's the thing. So you definitely need to think about that. You definitely need to make some changes and start jumping in.
Okay. Get excited. Boy. Okay, here we go. Let me sending my money into the ether.
Okay. I mean, it is crazy, right? Yeah, but you gotta think. Essentially, it's no different than a bank account.
Yeah, this is true.
Practically sending your money digitally somewhere.
Yeah. You're like, here, take it. It doesn't even come to me. It just goes right there. Yeah.
I was like, okay. Any lost thoughts?
No, just that I'm excited to dive in finally and see if I can build something for my future, which I mean, honestly, I hadn't thought much about because I was a young man doing my own thing, having fun. Now it's like, oh, yeah, I gotta prepare for the future. It's gonna matter what happens in a few years.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of big things you could do, right? Right now, I'm starting you on some growth stocks, right? Stocks that hopefully will grow fast. I want to get this ball rolling quickly, right? Get some money increasing quickly, get money in the stock market. And hopefully down the road, I want to show you, dividend stocks. Because I think that's a good another basis, right? Something that it's good, steady money. And it's like, when it comes to dividend stocks, there's not a whole lot of crazy highs and crazy lows, right? Okay. Because it's steady. These are old companies usually, right? So let's say a McDonald's. McDonald's is a good dividend stock.
Okay.
Because it pays a dividend. Mm-hmm. It doesn't go up high. It doesn't go down low, right? That's the thing. And it's a steady company, right? So those are things that, I mean, I don't have like a whole lot in McDonald's, but those are companies that, once you get a good basis for stocks, dividend stocks are always a good safety net to buy on the side, right? While you buying big, crazy growth stocks.
Okay.
those are the things that I want us to maybe down the road talk about more.
Okay.
Any last thoughts?
No. I'm
No.
good.
This was a fun. I mean, this was an interesting episode, right? I wanted to do crazy talks. I want to do more, but you know what? I figured let's keep it more concise, right? Again, I don't want to. This is the thing, right? I don't want to make it seem like I'm always just talking about women. I'm always talking about, oh, I hate women, or like women this, women that, But because like, let's not lie about it. Women is part of the world. Women is part of men's lives, their mindset, shit like that, right? So that is one aspect. But another is this, right? To become the best version of yourself. I've always said that I want to promote men to have a higher self-respect, right? A higher value in themselves. And I think one of the thing is money. Finance is very big. It's very important. There's no lying about it. I've always think it's stupid that people play down money. You're stupid then, because money is very important. It's practically number one in my opinion. So, any thoughts about your journey so far?
It's exciting. It's scary at first to be like, all right, I'm gonna give up all this stuff I was paying for. but it's exciting. And then you think about it like you said, like you spend money on things that you get in your hand, but you don't get any of that money back, and it's not doing anything for you after you've gotten what you've got. And a lot of us, myself included, we live paycheck to paycheck because we just want to maintain what we have, but it'd be nice to try and grow it into something. And I want to see if that's possible for me. So I'm excited. Let's do it.
That's what I'm talking about. So, this is a fun episode. It was different, but I think it's important, right? I think it's an important episode.
And we'll come
Because
back and revisit too, right? See, like
yes, this is the thing, right? This is again, I mean, this is our journey, right? This is our journey to becoming the best version of ourselves. I hope you guys can join us on our journey, and I hope you guys can follow along, right? I'm not telling you what to buy, but you should buy. You should invest into the stock market. You do what you want with your money, but here's the thing, you have to invest. Whether you choose what to buy, that's up to you. But you have to invest. That is what I'm commanding, right? I'm not telling you what to buy, but I'm telling you to buy. I'm telling you to invest. And I'm not telling you to trade, because then I'm telling you to gamble. I'm not telling you to gamble. I'm telling you to invest. So investing is long term. That's why I said 3 years, 5 years, right? At best, I see 3 years into these stocks, and 3 years I see the stocks that I buy going to do well, in my opinion. 5 years, I definitely see these things going well. So, like for me, right? I feel like I'm at 95K. I feel like by the end of this year, I will definitely be, in my opinion, at 100K, right? A good amount, a good 100K, right? So it's above 100K. And that's my thoughts. That's my hopes. So that is the thing. And here's the thing, right? Where I've said it to you before. It depends on how hard you go, but I believe if we go on this journey together, and you follow my lead, I'm gonna be a drill sergeant to you. Push you as hard as I can, hard as you allow me, right? I think you can, like, in stocks, possibly 5 to 10K, and I think that'd be amazing, right? I think by the end of this year you can get that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So 5 to 10K first year of investing for someone. First year of investing for someone who makes, average money, right? About average, maybe a little bit above average, is amazing, in my opinion. That is amazing to have. For me, my first year was about that, right? So if you can do the same, you're on track as the same as me.
Okay.
Right? And that's the goal, but it's only a goalpost. It depends on how hard you go, you can always surpass it. And that's the thing where we got to think about, right? So, yeah, I want us to document this journey. Whether people watch it or not, it's whatever, but it's definitely for us to look back into where we were at our lows, and then we can see new heights. So, yeah. Yeah, like I said, any last thoughts? Anything else to say?
Nope. I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's go.
All right, so it's been fun. Hope you guys can join us on this journey. I know it's a bit different from the other ones, so it is what it is. But again, like I said, this is more for us. But I would hope you guys join us on this journey together. But anyway, besides that, I hope you guys see you guys later. Check out my other videos, please. Okay, those videos will be fun and exciting, and whatever. So yeah, later, guys.
There it is.